Hello and welcome to the Gameweek 31 Plus preview! Thank you, as I accept my award for being in the 100 club for the first ever time. I just want to say one thing. Yeah, boy! But will I be getting my boxing gloves on for a free hit? Or will I have my poker face on for a wildcard this week? But first, let's look at the not so dirty Game Week 30 review. Starting with Aston Villa 0, Sheffield United robbed. Nah, ref, don't know what you mean. Defo not over the line. It's not like he's holding the ball up against the back of the post. Nah. So basically, that is just what you call unlucky, but lucky for people who owned Villa players. Well, hey. Man City, Arsenal. Do I need to talk about the score, or can I just show you this picture? I think that is actually enough. David Luiz masterclass again. Oh, what a player. No one else like him. Norwich Southampton ended 3-0. But I actually think it would have been a much closer game if Norwich had something to play for, like, you know, trying not to get relegated. Oh, wait. Well, maybe they should have at least played their top striker Pookie if they wanted to win. Oh, they did. Oh, Moving on, we had the Mourinho masterclass once again. My prediction was almost right, with him almost sparking out the ref as the second penalty got given. But luckily for the ref's jaw, it was overruled and no penalty. 1-1 it ended there. Leicester, Watford. Now, if you had told me this game would end with a Craig Dawson bicycle kick in the 93rd minute to equalise, do you know what I'd say to you? I would tell you, wow, fair play, good game. And that good game ended 1-1. Brighton, Arsenal. That's their new name. Rest in peace, Len Oleg. I actually hope you do get better soon. But Brighton hadn't won a game in 2020 before this. In 6 months, they haven't won a league game. Well, I guess Arsenal are just the best record breakers in the league, aren't they? But Neil Maupay, you are now the most hated man in the entire of London. And we have Boris Johnson. West Ham, Wolves. Good to see that the bubble blowers are still just as much of a blowover as their bubbles themselves. Well, that was a boo-boo-boo. But Wolves are just kind of good, aren't they? Good to see Traore has been eating 7 horses a day during the break and getting those massive gains. 2-0 it ended. Bournemouth Palace. Up the cherries? Not too sure about that anymore. Definitely going to be down the cherries if they don't wise up. 2-0 with a Jordan Ayew masterclass. Still not as good as your brother though, are you? This game really put in the new into Castle, where they somehow beat the Blades 3-0. Now, if Joe Linton is scoring against you, you know, the striker that has previously only scored 1 goal this season in the league, and he's played in every single game, then you just know it ain't your day today. Villa 1, Chelsea 2. Courtney went in the house to make it 1-0, but Chelsea only just managed to fight back and get in the win. Villa do be having to fight for relegation too, but with performances like that, I don't know, Jeff. Everton, Liverpool. Wow. What an exciting, ruthless, roaring derby that was. Needed more Salah to sort that one out, but Klopp didn't fancy it really, did he? But this means Liverpool might be able to obtain the title against Man City. Oh hey. But this game ended as blank as an A4 piece of paper. And on to the last game, Man City Burnley. Now, unfortunately, because these game weeks are more jam-packed than a jam roly-poly, this hasn't actually happened for me in real life. That's tonight. So not only do I not know the score, but not all my players are played. But guess what? As it stands, the live average is 54. Ooh, can I beat it? The most points being 100 and something. It hasn't updated yet, you know. But my team, finally, for the first time ever, losing my 100-point virginity, with currently, still not finished, still got 3 players left, but currently, 117 points. 117 points. Are you mad? With my rank rising from 80,000th in the world to right now, remember we're still 3 players left to play, including my captain, my rank is currently up to 30,000th in the world. 80,000th to 30,000th and possibly better in 1 week. Top of league, top of league, top of league. With my bench boost team looking like this. Now every single one of you lads right here, well, maybe not Aubameyang, you can shut, but all of the rest of you, my man! man. In goals, we had Big O Dino Henderson. I did call him the English Joe Hart last week, and typically he did put in a Joe Hart performance in one of those games, conceding 3 goals. But a clean sheet and 3 bonus points in the first game give him a total of 13 points for me. But some say that number is quite unlucky. But 13 points from a goalkeeper, can you really ask for more? Then next to him is Leno. Again, rest in peace, Leno Leg. Hope you get better and back soon. As even though he conceded 3 goals in one of his games too, he actually made 9 saves in that first game. And if he had been able to continue, I'm sure he would have got a lot more points. But getting 6 points in total is still very good. Moving on to our defence, where Lundstrom and Bulldog started so strong, getting that clean sheet and a combined 11 points in the first game. Yes, 20 points each. Yes, let's do it. What could ever go wrong, right? Lundstrom not starting, them conceding 3 goals, and only gaining 1 point from both of them in the second game. Could have gone a little bit better. But 25 points from my 3 Sheffield United players in 1 week. More than Ings and Jimenez combined, by the way, so, you know, who's the real winner? Matty Target. Oh boy. I need to personally thank the goal line technology people for just not turning it on. Oh wait, no, I'm a computer scientist now. I hacked it, I did that on purpose, yeah. But Target managing to get 7 points more than most defenders that managed to keep a clean sheet in a single game week. So, double game week players make you blind, yeah? He did well for me, thank you. Finishing with Trent Alexander. He somehow managed to keep a clean sheet in that somehow boring but so many chances to concede game. But he also managed to get a bonus point. And he also could have easily got a couple of goals or assists there. So you know what? I will take it. Then, my secret weapon. And what an absolute weapon he was this week. Getting a clean sheet, an assist, and all 3 bonus points. 12 points in total. Same as the essential Doherty, but for cheaper. Thank you, Patrick. You're a star. Moving on to midfield where... oh boy, Captain De Bruyne, which I was umming and ahhing about captaining him or Aguero, and even though it could still turn out not the best decision, it's still pretty damn good. Because from the first game, De Bruyne got an assist and taken a penalty to get a goal. That's right, De Bruyne on penalties, like as if he wasn't as good of an asset already, with also Mahrez picking up 6 points right next to him for getting that FPL assist for earning that penalty. Now if Man City have another fun run, you know, Sean Dyche wants to show his defenders some David Luiz defending clips just to warm them up, then it could get a lot better. A couple of more penalties, please. Jack Grealish. How did the main Aston Villa player, one of the only outfield players that played every minute, end up getting the least points out of any of them? But 4 points still makes that total higher, so it could be worse, you know. Then El Ghazi, somehow outscoring Grealish with a 5 for 2 blanks, but then also a clean sheet point and not a yellow card. That's how we got more. And I was actually really close to putting Traore in at the end just for some Wolves cover. And even though Traore came on, did really well and got an assist, he still got 1 point less than El Ghazi. So double game week players best confirmed. Okay, not always, but this time it worked. Boom, Saka Saka! Not only did he start both games, but he played almost all both. But he actually played really well and could have easily had a goal too. Ooh, naughty, you teasing the bar you are, Saka, just hit the bar. But he did manage to pick up a return somehow in that Arsenal team to get 7 points, not too bad. Aguero! Disaster from the start. Man City Pep Roulette back in action already. Aguero starting on the bench and only getting subbed on, but he still managed to almost score twice and then end up getting an assist, getting 4 points. Double the points that Jesus got who started, so I like it. But with another game in this game week for him, and him rested, he's definitely going to start and he's definitely going to bang. Okay, where all my Man Cities are going to just go absolutely mad and get even more points, I think. Aubameyang, never mind. Who said this was a good idea? A world-class striker. Double game week. How could this possibly go? Arsenal. That's how. But you know what? He almost scored and he tried very hard, so I'll accept that. 4 points. And it could have been a lot worse. Like, imagine choosing Pookie. Oops. Yeah, let's just ignore that and pretend like I didn't take out Ings for Pookie. But 100 points. 117 points so far. Top league. Not everything did even go to plan. Both keepers conceded 3 in one game. Players didn't start. Yellow cards. Blanks flying around too. But I still got over 100 points. Potentially even more. And to go from 80,000th in the world to 30,000th already. Great success! But now on to the Game Week 31 Plus preview! Yeah, maybe my predictions last week weren't quite that good, where I said there would be hardly any clean sheets. There were almost 10. But this week we start with Leicester-Brighton. Now it's hard to say if Brighton did do well or if it was just them playing Arsenal, because, you know, Arsenal. But Jamie Vardy could continue his party here, and I reckon he's going to get a goal. 1-0 to Leicester. Spurs-West Ham. Now Spurs actually looked really good, and it took them conceding a penalty from a Man United player slipping on a banana to actually concede, so I think they could do quite well. But I think they are going to finish the season strong, where West Ham are as strong as bubbles right now. 2-0 to Spurs. Man United, Sheffield United. Sheffield without big man Dino in goals. And also, after a red card, Egan will be gone out of the team for this game. And with the extra game Sheffield United have played, their team is going to probably struggle because they're looking sluggish already, making Man United the favourites, which usually doesn't end well for them. But I'm going to go 2-0 to United, the Manchester one. Newcastle, Villa. Oof, what a game, lads. Hard to say how this goes, where either team could win it, you know, that's how football works. But I'm going to wing it with a 1-1 draw. Joe Linton own goal to make up the fact that he actually scored. He's not allowed, he's too good. Norwich, Everton. Oh dear, highlights of this could actually end up on the hub because Norwich just don't look good right now. I think they are just waving their white flag right now to surrender. With Everton wanting to chase Europa and doing really well. I think it's going to be a 3-0 here with Calvert-Lewin somehow being involved in all the goals and probably not getting an actual goal. Wolves, Brighton. Oh dear. Next in the surrender games, it's Bournemouth. They just look defeated. Didn't look good against Palace, and Wolves are just quite good. So I don't see this going well for them at all. 3-0 it is. Traore to pick up the goal and just move it because he's just that strong, and is anybody going to stop him? Liverpool Palace. The game where Liverpool could finally win the league. Oh wait, they didn't beat Everton? Never mind then. This one could actually be difficult for Liverpool here. Not difficult in terms of they might lose, just hard for them to actually score. Because it's quite hard to break down Palace when they have 17 players defending their box. But you would imagine Liverpool would see it out, so I'm going for 2-0. Burnley, Watford. Wow, I'm just so glad the Premier League is back with games like this to spoil us. Do I care about this game? Not really. 1-1 it is. Southampton, Arsenal. Now, could we see it? Daddy Ings punishing everyone again, including Arsenal, who are just the best team right now. But I think it could actually be a back and forth game, this. Ending 2-2 here with David Luiz somehow messing it up for Arsenal, even though he's not playing. Finishing the game week with Chelsea, Man City. Now, this could be a very interesting game, and I have absolutely no idea which way it will go. Especially with both teams having FA Cup games next. But one thing for certain is, Kevin De Bruyne! So 2-1 to Kevin it is. And that is my amazing, 100% accurate, definitely not wrong predictions for this week. But now, I am in a dilemma. I still don't know what chip strategy to go for, lads. I was going to free hit this week and then use potentially more knowledge that I could have from another game week to wildcard the week after. But it turns out that my wildcard team is very similar or basically the same to what my free team would have been. So I might as well just go for the wildcard, otherwise it's going to be priced out and I could use free another time to make it completely different, you know? So, guess what I've done? Well, I haven't actually done it yet, but wildcard it is, boys! Way! So this is my current Game Week 31 wildcard draft. We have a 4-4 bloody 2. No one can tell me it's wrong. Starting in goals, we have Rui Pedro dos Santos Patricio. Yeah, that's his full name apparently. Now you might think this is a waste of a Wolves player, and he is slightly more expensive than the defenders, but I think he's going to be one of the highest scoring keepers from now until the end of the season, with the potential to be one of the most consistent, making him my current choice between the sticks. And hopefully, you'll get all the points, you guys won't give me stick, okay? Then starting our premium defence, it's Trent Alexander. Even though they may not be pushing for anything for the rest of these games. The clean sheet potential, the assist potential, the goal potential, the highest scoring defender ever potential. Trent ain't going anywhere. Joining him in the ever catching him in potential, actually. All the assists, all the clean sheets too. It's Matt Doherty. Yes, that's right, double Wolves defence. But with their fixtures and how good they are, when everyone is fit, it's not a bad option, are they? Joining in next to him is someone I've actually not owned all season, but it's the Spider-Man himself, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now, as a defender, he might not be the best of options, but Man United have great clean sheet potential in their final few games, and he is a guaranteed start. Also, loving those bonus points, so a simple and consistent option and he's in the team. With the final starting defender being Serge Aurier. You know what, he's an absolute Dennis the Menace, but he's also a very attacking fullback with a decent chance of clean sheets with Spurs with their great fixtures. He might also deliver me a red card, but you know what, I'm willing to take that risk for now. All these defenders not only being attacking fullbacks with great assist potential, but all the clean sheets incoming too. Moving on to midfield, we have Mane. Even when Liverpool win the league, they don't have anything else to play for. No cup, no Europe, or league. So I expect Salah and Mane to just keep going for it. But I might actually go for Salah instead, just for those penalties and set pieces. But I'll wait to see any team news first, because Salah didn't play any of this game. So, you know. Next up, the guaranteed to be in my team. Always. He's already in my team for next season. Even with the potential of Champions League rotation as well. But it's Kevin De Bruyne. A Kevin that not only already has all the goals and assists, but took a penalty. What? He literally has all the Infinity Stones now. He has all of the potential. He is literally the perfect FPL asset. Like, what more do you want from me, okay? And he's never leaving this team again. Next up, being, go on, my son. Now, Son hasn't done well for me in the short spells I've actually had him, but Spurs with their great fixtures, and they need to push forward and get some good results. They need to score goals. He can do it, and he's also on set pieces. Ooh. Finishing the midfield with Bruno Bogas. He's just quite a good player, apparently, isn't he? He's still on penalties, but Rashford was going to take their second penalty, so may not take all of them, but definitely the first choice. And he's also on all the other set pieces too, and he's just a really good player, so he's in. Meaning, if I actually had Salah instead of Mane, every single one of my midfielders would be the guaranteed stars for their team, and the set piece takers, all in favourable fixtures, and for the better teams in the league. Isn't that just a perfect midfield in FPL? Finishing with the attackers, starting with Raul Jimenez. I haven't had him enough this season, but Wolves looking very good. He's the penalty taker, and Wolves are very good. That's right, they're very good. With their great fixtures, this truly means all the goals come into him. Finishing the starting lineup with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now, he's still a great option for his price, and he plays Norwich next. Which, if it's not sexy enough anyway, but he's been playing really well since Ancelotti come in, so he's coming in my team. With the bench currently with Button, Lundstrom, out of position Keenan Davis for Villa, and Mason Greenwood. All the possibility of points from the bench. Well, maybe not Button. He can just shine his bald head on the bench and just have some fun, you know. He's just there to make us proud. And this not only gives me the players that are capable of scoring points from every single type of way. Clean sheets, goals, assist, bonus. Oh wait, that is the only way to score points in FPL. But you know what I mean. But they all have great fixtures. They all have the possibility to stay in my team for the rest of the season with their fixtures and just them. And some of them are actually quite low owned right now, such as Son and Calvert-Lewin. And I still got 0.5 million in my back pocket, so I can upgrade places. Like, I could switch out Son and get Rashford in and have 4-3-3, you know, I can still do some things. But I'll happily choose this team and ride it out for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, no, not hopefully, it will climb to number 1. We can do it, lads. But that is all for me today. Let me know what you do think of my team. Thanks for watching, and remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now.